I'm your host, Sarah Baus, and welcome to Attainable Podcast. Hi, guys, and welcome back to the Attainable Podcast. I hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday if you are listening to this when this releases. We are publishing this one on Tuesday because we had some technical issues, so we are recording on Monday. So if you're listening to this on the day that it releases, I literally recorded this yesterday. We're working on it. But anyways, I hope you're doing well. If you are a reality TV person, I hope that you survived Love is Blind / Netflix gate. If you don't know what I'm talking about, to be honest, I barely know what I'm talking about either. I'm not a Love is Blind fan. I'm not it's not that I don't like it. It's just I don't really know anything about it. But I really think I need to start getting into reality TV. Reality TV is, I think, the essence of our pop culture. There are so many references and I feel like important things that I don't know. This is also probably because of the industry that I work in, but it's so culturally relevant that I really think I am less of an academic person if I don't watch trash TV. Maybe a hot take, I'm not really sure, but something happened with Netflix and Love is Blind. I guess they were supposed to show some finale live, or something was supposed to happen live, and then Netflix went on live, like a live stream, and was like, "I promise it's worth the wait, give us a second." And all these brands started coming in trying to be interesting and calling Netflix out. Is actually quite funny. If you go to Twitter or TikTok or anything, you'll probably find it. But yeah, and then they fumbled the bag and didn't end up, they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna release it like a regular recording." I don't know, but it's these type of things. There's these conversations that I want to be in, and I don't know anything about them. I think I let me know what you think. What is the reality TV course load? If you were to take if you were entering into the school of trash TV, I shouldn't call it trash TV. We'll just say reality TV. What are the main shows? Here are the ones based on my research that I think go into that. Vanderpump Rules, except I think it sounds like that's going down, but then the Scandival stuff is bringing everything to light. Not really sure, but I think that's on its outs. Let me know in the comments. Love is Blind, Summer House. Summer House seems quite relevant. And now I'm seeing a lot of those people, Summer House people, come up on my social media. Their Summer House people's careers, after the show, seem to be really interesting. So Summer House, it's not Love is Blind, they have a UK one. Love Island. Love Island seems to be also one that should be in the course load. So if you were to make a reality TV course load as if you're somebody who listens or watches reality TV, please let me know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube or any clips on our different social channels. I want to know what do I need to watch? Can you let me know where I watch them? Because to my understanding, reality TV I thought was still a thing for cable. I haven't had cable in years. Do people still have cable? I really should look at what is the percentage of people that actually have cable. Let's look. I love that we have the internet to do this. This is from 2023. 56% of Americans say they watch cable or satellite TV. Oh, according to a 2021 survey. This is down from 76% who said the same thing in 2015. Of those who don't watch TV via cable or satellite, 71% say they don't need it because they find the content they want to watch online. I think that I am so surprised that cable television still captures 56% of Americans. That is honestly insane. I don't remember the last time I've had cable. I'm not even sure if my parents had cable when I left, after high school. I do not know. But anyways, yes, this is something that I'm feeling is relevant. I'm thinking that it's reality TV just needs to be something that I get into because there's conversations that I'm having that I just realize I don't know anything about. And honestly, I just want to be in the conversation. And being on the internet, and like brands that we work with at work, like sometimes we'll reference these things and they'll want to reference them in like TikToks or whatever. And I just think it'd be important for me to um be educated on this, you know what I mean? But oh, this reminds me. Okay, I wanted to get a poll from you guys. And now I promise we'll get into the episode. But I wanted to get a poll from you guys. I was at a friend's house and I was staying over at her place. And so I brought toiletries. Like it was out of state. So I brought shampoo, conditioner. I'm going to give you the rundown. Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, face wash, moisturizer, like full skincare routine, razor. Yes, that's what I brought. And by the time I got to her place, I was on the last leg of my trip. So I'd ran out of body wash. So I'd asked her, I said, "Hey, can I borrow some body wash from you?" And she was like, "Yeah, of course." And I was like, "Thank you. Yeah, I'm completely out." And she went, "Wait, you brought toiletries?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she like looked at me funny. She was like, "That's kind of weird." I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "I just expect you to use mine." Like, which I mean, so super sweet. But the way she said it, it was like, do people not bring toiletries when they travel? And I guess it depends. Like, I know men, I don't think men bring toiletries when they go to hotels. They just use the hotel's stuff, which is, I don't even want to say feral behavior because I really take feral as a positive thing. That is rat behavior, and not rat behavior in a good way. Everything on me would shrivel up if I used hotel toiletries. And then at a friend's house, I don't assume that I can use their stuff. I mean, there's some friends for sure. And I've got one friend who she stocks up her bathroom, like her guest bathroom purposely has like this little like kiosk. It's like CVS in there. Like you can just grab whatever you want, which is super nice. And we have that in my bathroom or in my guest bathroom in case somebody forgets something. But like I don't know. I want to hear your take. When you're going, we'll say when you go to a hotel or a friend's house, like I want you to specify, do you bring toiletries? Is that a thing? I don't know. So, wow, we've really like conversed a lot. I feel like we've really gone through a lot of things. Today is a little bit of a spicy episode. This was suggested to me and I thought it was so funny. I'm going to be reacting to Dave Ramsey's TikToks. And if you're not aware, me and Dave, we're not besties. There's some things for like anybody usually like they have good and bad. I'm not a huge fan of his practices. I'm not a huge fan of the way that he teaches his methods. I know that he's done amazing things for a lot of people and that's awesome. And I think there's a time for like people in a certain place, like his teachings might be helpful, but I think a lot of what he says is misleading. And I'll be honest, he gives me Joel Osteen vibes and I'm not about that. So we're gonna have his TikToks, and we're gonna play the sound if you're listening, and then if you're watching, we'll have like the clip up or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna go through, and I'm gonna give some thoughts. Okay, first one.
The big mistake with things that are intimidating or that we don't understand is to just turn it over to someone blindly and say, "Well, I've got me a guy." And this is how people lose all their money. Mistake.
Oh, okay. So I picked this one because like I just disagree. I feel like this is super shaming. I understand what he's trying to say, but like I just he says like if you're handing your money over to somebody to handle, like that's how you lose your money. No, it's not. You're not handing it to some like Fred on the side of the road. We have our money handled by a I guess what would you call him? Like a broker, like Edward Jones, financial advisor, like there's different types of things or whatever. We have our like a lot of our retirement and our investment accounts with a financial advisor, with somebody who will invest it for you. And I think like saying, don't hand it to somebody is extremely dangerous, especially because his his demographic, like I think is they're usually pretty new to money. Like they're getting out of debt, they're doing whatever. Like and I know for us, we've looked into like, should I just handle our investments? But it was a weigh in. Like you have to weigh the pros and cons. And at the knowledge level that we were at, we knew that we would make more money handing it to somebody, even if he's making, like, commissions and things, like, we would still make more money having a professional do it than us doing it, and now I know a lot of people who absolutely they invest themselves. It's not that difficult to do, but with our portfolio and then the time that we wanted to spend, we wanted to give that to somebody else. Now 100% do your research, like, we may be moving out of Edward Jones soon, I'm not really sure, but I think that this is a theme with him. There's such extremes. Like handing your money over to somebody is how you lose money. No, it's not. If you go and try, I feel like this is how we make gamblers, like where people just think they get into investing and it's like CryptoCon or something. And they're like, oh, I learned how to trade. And they don't actually know what they're doing. And that's when it gets dangerous. Not a fan. Next.
Car payment to car payment, credit card to credit card, student loan to student loan. I'm going to be in debt my whole life. I'm going to suck my thumb and hope the government, which is well known for its ability to handle money, will take care of me when I retire. I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to change my life. That's how you change your life.
Dave, I do not think that's how you change your life. This is where it gets like really I get fired up. I'm like, this is where it gets like really preachy and weird for me. The yelling, I can't stand the yelling. Like, and you know what? No more disclaimers. Like, sure, people get to a point in their life when they're mad and like that's what they need to change. Whatever. I feel that is so unrelatable and intimidating. And I think money is already something that people get so intimidated by. Stop screaming. God, this is I also had a very feisty day, so I feel like this is just gonna be a very feisty episode.
If you're traveling and you're using an expensive vehicle to travel in, whatever you drive at 40 or 50,000 miles a year, you are destroying its value.
This is what I, like, don't understand. So I guess he's, like, shaming people for having expensive cars, and this is also where I have an issue, like, I feel like there's a lot of shame in his teachings, and sure, like, it doesn't make s I'm definitely one, like, I'm gonna buy a more, I guess, like, utility car or something that's got, like, good gas mileage, like, I'm a pretty boring car owner, but just because somebody wants an expensive car, like, if they can afford it, just go for it, and then he's like, "You drive the expensive car like you're losing value." You're losing value on every car that you drive. Cars are some of the worst investments known to man. Like, they're just literally drive off the lot and every wheel turn, it depreciates. It's just the way it is. Like, we can calm down with that. Ooh, I remember. This one makes me mad.
You do not emotionally pay attention with borrowed money like you do when it's your freaking money. Because that cash is like real money. And that debt is like, it's somebody else's money. It's like monopoly money.
His shaming on credit cards is I can't. I can't with the credit card shaming. I understand credit card debt is like an issue, and 100% there are people who get into a lot of trouble, and that absolutely I know that's real. Do not say that all credit cards are bad, and do not say that you're not gonna get rich if you have a credit card. Every rich person I know has a credit card and uses it well. Every rich person I know has a credit card and uses that credit card to their advantage. That's why they're flying places. That's why they're able to get hotels. That's why they're able to buy these things because they're using their cash back. It's use if you're gonna have a credit card, be smart about it 100%. And we've got episodes where we talk about like the best practices if you're just like a new person on a credit card. And credit cards are like can be scary. And so we've talked about like how do you ease yourself into that and also learn your own spending behavior. But not all credit cards are bad. And if you do not have a credit card, I genuinely have a concern for you. Like, I think not having a credit card is worse than having a credit card. Like, you should every person over the age of, I'll say 20, should have a credit card, understand how to use it, and use it to their advantage. And like every single transaction I make goes through a credit card. Every single, not mortgage. I'm pissed about that. We would run our mortgage through the credit card if we could for the points. But it's also learning like you don't spend what you don't have. But that's it. That's it's easy to say don't spend what you don't have. It's just as easy to say that as, credit cards are bad and you're bad and blah blah blah. I'm going to shame you for having a credit card. That irks me. If you guys follow Aaron Confrontini. Oh my god, Aaron, sorry if you're listening to this. Confrontini? Mm, she used to be called Money to Miles. It was a lot easier to say. Anyway, she is phenomenal, and she does a lot of education on credit cards on her Instagram and her TikTok. And so if you do not follow her, go follow her. She's got some amazing advice on using credit cards, and how to use the points very, very well. Do not credit card shame. Get out of here with that.
Of the number of people that start college, how many graduate? 52%. That's an investment in my future. Said the other 48% that are sitting at home with no freaking degree, but by God, they got the student loan debt.
Okay, this one I actually like. Again, his yelling. Please, please just tone it down, buddy. We don't need that crazy here. But I did really like this point in that I think that college and going to college is something, it's just a narrative that, or a life path that we've really put a lot of stock in, and it's not the right path for everybody, nor is it the path to success. In fact, like, it is no longer, I mean, it is not, I'm not saying it's not impressive, extremely impressive, but it's no longer really a novelty to see a person who is super successful millionaire and didn't go to college. I think that that's, at least in like the books I've read and things, like that's a narrative that I hear a lot. And so to to have, kids in high school who are being told a different narrative, that all success only comes from college, is really, really misleading and really, really dumb. Like, it's not for everybody. It's not the path to success. And I think it's in the US especially, because I hear other countries, they have these things like apprenticeships and everything where people will go straight into work. Joseph and I were having a conversation on like alternative paths that you could take after high school, like into different career paths or whatever. We really need to normalize not going to college, and we really need to normalize like figuring out who you are and what you want to do, and like being very sure in that before you go spending thousands of dollars on a degree you may not use. Cough me. Now granted, I will say, like, I do, like, I most most of getting a college degree, I think, is teaching you how to think. There's a lot of degrees that, yes, you absolutely need for a certain career. Like, if I was going to stay a chemist, I would still need that chemistry degree. But then there's other paths that they don't look at what the degree is. They just need you to know that you went through 4 years of being taught how to think. You know what I mean? That's all it is. All right, let's try it. Let's do another one.
Honey, you're broke. You don't buy a house when you're broke. You are broke and in debt. You make $35,000 a year and have a 3-year-old, and you're 24 years old. You don't go buy a house right now. This house will be a curse to you.
Oh my god, I thought this one was so funny. He goes, "Honey, you're broke. You don't go buying a house now." That's true. That's true. And the thing, with this is another like narrative that I think that we've gone a little too far with. Like, we really have shamed like people renting. And I think a couple years ago I was probably more on the same messaging where I felt like, but you needed to buy, you needed to buy. And understand when people like, you don't want to throw money at something that you're not going to get that money back from. And it is an investment 100%, 100%. But you're going to do yourself a lot more damage if you go buying a house because your friends have houses, or because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, or because you think it's like the next life stage. Let's take a moment. Let's take a moment to talk about this whole like life stage path thing, where we have like made these stepping stones in our minds. We tell ourselves a beautiful story of like how life's supposed to go. And some of us act on it. Some of us actually act on it because we were like, "Oh, well, I saw Betty Lou get, a boyfriend, and then get married, and then immediately buy a house, and then immediately have a kid or whatever." And people don't slow down to like look around and, is this what I want? Like, or is this just the next thing? And I think that sometimes people get into this headspace where they're not sure what to do, so they kind of look around and they take the next step that looks like what they're supposed to do. It's always chasing this like what they're supposed to do. And we're not pausing to realize there's no set path, like a perfect path doesn't exist. Your path should look different. If you look at anybody around you that you admire, I bet their path has been anything but linear. Like we're just we think that it's like, oh, there's A and then there's B and then there's C and then there's D. Literally, life is spaghetti noodles. Like, let's be real, life is spaghetti noodles. There is nothing straight. There's multiple of them. It's usually slippery. Like, this analogy is getting really weird, but there will never be a straight and narrow path. There will never be a straight and narrow path. There has never been a straight and narrow path. So trying to follow one is just going to cost you a lot of heartache. Oh, okay. We're going to end on this last one. I thought this was hysterical. I just wanted to share this story.
$3,200 in car payments? Oh my gosh! What are you driving?
It's a Rolls-Royce Ghost.
I guess. Oh my gosh! What is your income, dude?
Around $320,000 a month.
Phenomenal. A month?
Yeah, I started a digital marketing company.
How old are you?
24.
That's just insane. Congratulations.
Yeah. This man calls in. I don't know why. I think he was calling in to see, like, should he be making car payments or whatever. His car payment, I think what he said was $3,200 a month, which is atrocious. Atrocious. But this man makes $320,000 a month, almost $4 million a year at 24 years old. Started a digital marketing company. I'm like, what? I just thought that was funny. I was like, why are you calling into Dave Ramsey right now? Oh, Dave. I'm sure. I know he's helped a lot of people. I know he has. And I'm not dogging on everything that he does. Of course. I think that some of his methods are really helpful, and I've read some things, and we've probably followed practices that originally came from him, because he has been a really, I guess, foundational member in the money community. However, a lot of his stuff I'm not a fan of. Not a fan of. But this was just a little fun. Just a little fun. I thought it'd be a nice little, yeah, almost like a roast. I've never done a roast. I'm also don't think that I'm really a person meant to roast. Let me know if you disagree. I don't think I'm that person. I also don't think I could take it. Um, my family's made fun of me my entire life, so I feel like I'm tougher than I think. Anyways, that's the show. That's the show. We had a little chit chat at the beginning. We, got to make fun of a angry yelling bald man. This has been a lovely time. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Let me know what you think of this, like, spicier content. Again, I feel like I should, like, disclaim again, nothing against Dave Ramsey. Not a fan of all of his practices. Some of his practices are great. So if you followed a Dave Ramsey thing, go off, queen. It's fine. It is whatever. Life is not that serious. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope it was at least entertaining. It's kind of fun watching TikToks together. Are you like Joseph will send TikToks back and forth, and I am one of those that I will, like, get overwhelmed because I see that he sent me 10 TikToks, and then so I won't watch them, but then all of a sudden it's 24. And be like, "Have you watched the TikToks that I sent you?" I'm like, "No." So we'll lay in bed, usually most evenings, and we'll watch them together, and it's kind of a nice little fun activity. And then when he's away, when he travels, I don't know if you know, on FaceTime you can actually share your screen, and so we'll FaceTime and watch TikToks together. So that was kind of this was our, like, little TikTok watching session, comfort TikToks or something. This wasn't very comforting. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I hope that you find it entertaining. I hope you have a wonderful week. Please come back if you're new. We would love to have you. And please leave a rating and review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello, YouTube. I'm so glad that you're here. Our YouTube has been growing, so I'm super, super excited about that. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube, please go to the YouTube channel. I post YouTube Shorts a lot. We post the podcast, and we might be starting vlogging soon. By the time no, this is going up tomorrow. Well, the vlog might be up by tomorrow. So head over to the YouTube channel, check it out. I love you so very much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.